Polyesters can be identified by an ester group within the chain which links the monomer units. You recall that an ester group is formed when an alcohol or a hydroxyl and a carboxylic acid join together. So if we have a look here, I've got a series of monomer units. I've got a repeating diol as well as a dicarboxylic acid. So basically what we're looking at here is the monomer units lined up with the hydroxyl group aligned with the carboxyl group. And being a condensation reaction, we're going to get a water molecule formed. So essentially we can take out our two hydrogens and our oxygen like this. So we can do that between each of our pairs of monomers there. That oxygen is then going to come and bond to that carbon. Likewise, that carbon will bond to that oxygen, and so forth and so forth. So we can see from this carboxyl group on the end that will lose the OH, and the alcohol on this end will lose the hydrogen, and that will allow it to link with further monomer units. So now we can redraw this as a continuous chain without the H2O in there. You can see where the H2O has been removed. We've now got these new links joined. Now within a chain, you need to be able to identify the ester links. So we can see here that these are our ester links. You also need to be able to identify the repeating unit. So the way I recommend that you do this is find one of your ester links. We're going to take that as our starting point, and then we're just going to observe along the chain until we notice that it starts repeating itself again. So that section that is unique till it repeats again is our repeating unit. So this was the formation of a polyester from a diol and dicarboxylic acid monomer. So we had one of the monomers with two hydroxyl groups and one of the monomers with two carboxyl groups. Now we could also have a monomer unit which has both a hydroxyl and a carboxyl, which would be a hydroxycarboxylic acid. So as we did before, we want to line these monomer units up with the hydroxyl lining up with the carboxyl from the other end. Once we've done that, again, we're going to remove the atoms that will form our H2O. And we're going to redraw the chain with those new bonds that are going to form there. So if we have a look at our chain that has been formed, we can see our ester links. If we go to one of those links to start identifying a repeating unit, and we continue along the chain until we start seeing it repeat again, we've identified our repeating unit. Something else that you're going to need to be able to do is draw the monomers that have formed a particular polyester. So to do this, just make sure you identify your ester link, and remember that that's been formed by the removal of H2O. So when you're splitting it apart, you need to add the H2O back in. So essentially you're going to add an OH on that side and a H on that side. And let's say split that ester link apart to give you your carboxyl and your hydroxyl again.